Sportscast Sports Talk 101 on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Discuss, debate, entertain, and loud.
Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Niners.
Dude, I was nervous at one point, and then I looked at the third quarter, and I was like, oh, damn.
Dude,
Into the third quarter, I was like, oh, Lord, what happened?
Let me tell you something. Woo! Did you see on First Take, Stephen A. Smith did his top 5, and he put the 49ers up in there, so I'm excited. It was a crazy, crazy week 11 of football, folks. Like we
Again,
saw some butt whooping.
Every week. I don't understand what's going. I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on anymore.
First of all, how's your Vikings booties? How's the Vikings at? But because they got kicked.
There was where I live. I live in, obviously, for those that want to know, I live in Minnesota, so I'm not a Vikings fan. I support the team because it's just the thing to do. But I also like football, so I root for whoever the hell I'm watching most of the time, unless it's the Cowboys, because who the hell roots for that team? And the Packers, because I can't stand them either. But there's a lady that lives across the street from us that has a Vikings flag flying all the time.
Right.
At the end of halfway through that game, by the halftime, that flag was at half mast. I looked out there, saw that at half mast, and was like, "Oh damn!"
Dude,
I have never ever seen a Vikings fan lower their flag to half mast.
If they had Odell Beckham playing in that game, I think it would have been an extra point. That was woo.
That was bad. It was so bad that Cooper Rush got to go back in and play some football.
Let me tell you, I'm so mad. I had a choice of Cousins and Herbert, and I put Herbert on the bench, and I went with Cousins, and Cousins got me
bupkis.
I think he got me like 3 points. I I was so mad. But hey, you got to give it up. And I give respect when respect's due. Dak has stepped up the game.
Hey,
I think they gave him a bionic thumb, dude. I think they gave him a bionic thumb.
I don't know. I still think so. It's weird because I care less about the Cowboys, but as a sports talk, commentator, Ron Schlesinger,
and let me tell you something. Even DeAndre, his steroids couldn't even help him with the Niners, man.
Woo!
Even though he was balling, though, Hopkins was balling that game, but they still lost to the Niners.
My thing with it is, I love to talk about sports and all that, but the whole thing with the Cowboys is like, I used to think Prescott was the issue. I don't think he is. I think he's just been getting injured one too many times, and that messes up his game. So he's just a little injury prone, not hugely, but he's a little bit. He seems to get injured when something happens to him last couple of seasons.
Right.
But the issue that the Cowboys have is when Jerry and I made a statement about this before, when Jerry Jones came out and said, "Well, Ezekiel Elliott's our number one running back." No, he's not. We have seen for the last 3 weeks who your number one running back is,
and that's one of the reasons why the Cowboys are good, because that guy has elevated his game.
My thinking here, and I think I said this before, is I think the reason that they're keeping Zeke as the number one, as the starting running back, is for trade value, because his trade value would go down if they demoted him to second or third string. I don't think third string, but if they dropped him down to second string running back, his value is going to go down.
Right.
This is a business move to keep him locked there, because we see what they're doing. He's not playing that much, which means he's staying healthy. He's still listed as the starter, so he still gets to start, but we're seeing who really is running the show.
I would look. I would bring him in. I'm like, look, dude, let's keep it real. Pollard is playing way better than you. We're going to deduct your pay, and we're going to upgrade him. Now, he ain't going to be going for that, but guess what? Then you can then you can go because we really don't need. Dude, did you see the pass that he caught? I mean, he can run, he can catch.
He definitely can catch better than Pickens. Dude was wide open. I watched that so many times, that replay so many times, and I'm just like, shout out to the Steelers quarterback. Dude's got a nice arm. I mean, that was a hell of a pass.
Yeah.
But you burned two receivers that ended up tripping over each other. Wide open touchdown, and you just bobble it. It's just like butter dripping out of your
he's got the boy got hands. He got hands. He's got that like I see Odell Beckham in him. Okay, he's good,
but he's not going to live that one down. He ain't going to live that bobbled catch down.
He's got some hands. I see he's caught some passes, but hey, you win some, you lose some. His quarterback ain't that great though. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not saying that either. But I will say that was a very nice pass, and it was a very funny bobbled incompletion. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can we start with your Washington Commanders? I've been saying they're on a roll. I'm like, guess what? They're in the hunt.
I know. In the hunt. I've been saying it, folks.
And I'm just like, wait a minute. And they're doing this without Wentz. So what is going on with the Commanders?
So the thing here is that at the beginning of the season, and before, when we had our show, right before the season started, when they made the announcement that they were trading for this bum in Indianapolis called Wentz, I literally came out and said, I'll give him 4 weeks and he'll be injured.
I will give you that. I will give you that.
It took him 5 weeks to get injured.
5, yeah, but it took him 5. Still right.
But the talent was gone. He had that opening game, which was fantastic. I was like, all right, okay. So he did great. And then we got the bum ass Wentz back again, week 2 and 3 and 4, and then he gets injured, and now he lost his job. He should never have had the job. This has always been Heineke's job to lose, and he has not done enough to lose the job. And thankfully, Rivera has seen that, and I think he saw that you saw the difference with the team when Wentz was playing. And look, as soon as Heineke got his first start, the momentum shifted. The team was energized. Offense was playing semi-well. Defense was playing fantastic. It was a complete shift with the energy level from getting rid of Wentz. And I think Wentz is done. He's not getting the job back in Washington. He won't be back here. He'll be on a different team, or he'll be sitting in free agency hoping someone signs him. And even if he gets a job, I don't know if he's going to get a starting job again. I think he's a backup at this point. And he will be a backup till he proves himself that he can be a starter again. I don't think he's starting quarterback material at this point.
All right. But hold on. Now you guys didn't win because of the quarterback. Actually, it was kicking and a running back. Defense played. I mean, good Lord, they stopped Pierce. The Mills ran more yards than Pierce, the running back. I mean, they shut him. They shut him down. They shut him down.
Washington's defense has always been. We've had a good defense the last couple of years. It's just taken a while to get there for some reason. And I know we had the high expectations. We started off miserable. We were dead last, and now we're 6-5.
6-5, man. 6-5. You're in the hunt, and right now, I mean, good Lord, the way how things are going.
It was. I mean, and let's be honest. When I watched the highlights for the Washington game because I just wasn't around enough to catch it. It was ugly to start. It was punt. Houston got a touchdown. And then it was just after the Houston touchdown, it was nothing but punts until Washington got Curtis Samuel got a touchdown. Right. And then it was back punt, then field goal, punt, field goal. It was a
Mills had he had 2 interceptions, so Mills had a horrible game.
But the thing that Washington did once again, and this is what they did before, is time management.
Yes.
They controlled the clock. It's what they did to shut down the Eagles. Right. They controlled the clock. They did have a healthy Antonio Gibson, along with Robinson, is a dangerous backfield.
I agree.
and they were on par. So Gibson 18 carries, 72 yards, averaging 4 yards a carry. Robinson 15 carries, 57 yards, 3.8 yards a carry.
Right.
And Heineke didn't do a bad job. I mean, he was 15 to 27, 191 yards, no touchdowns.
Right.
It is what it is.
But he didn't
no
throw any. He didn't do
He didn't
any
throw any. That's the
interceptions.
key.
Yeah.
Logan
Right.
Thomas was healthy.
Right.
We've got a good core receivers when Thomas is healthy. I mean, there's enough. We don't need to say any more about Terry McLaurin. We know enough about him. And, it's nice to see these guys staying healthy. Heineke did make that fumble. He did fumble the ball, but the defense was on par again. Allen had 2 sacks. Montez Sweat had 2 sacks. I mean, Payne had a sack. We had 5 sacks in that game.
But here's the thing. Philly, the Giants, and the Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean, hello. I mean, the Eagles. I mean, hello. The Giants, the Cowboys, and the Eagles. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. So, I get it. And I mean, to be fair, the NFC East, Philly's 9-1, the Cowboys are 7-3, the Giants are 7-3, and Washington is 6-5. We're on a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah.
And obviously the Eagles and Cowboys are on 1 games, but we still are in it because
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
The Cowboys and the Giants fell apart and Washington came back. We have the potential. I gotta have to look at our schedule to see the rest of the games because we could potentially. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a small smidgen of a potential that we could win the division, which is the farthest thing possible. If the other 3 teams, we already beat the Eagles once. We beat. Look, if I had said this 3 weeks ago that Washington would be 6-5, you would have been doing the exact same thing.
Yes, I would have.
I'm just saying. So
I would have.
We can't really.
I can't. You don't know. You don't know. If you would have told me that Detroit, did you see what Detroit did?
Detroit's in 2nd place.
Exactly. Exactly.
Detroit's
so
in 2nd place in the NFC.
You're right. So anything is anybody can win any Sunday. Yeah.
I mean, look at the NFC South. The Bucks and the Falcons are tied. They're 5 and the Bucks are 5-5. Falcons are 5-6. So 1st and 2nd place. But the Saints aren't out of it at 4-7.
Panthers. Panthers are not mathematically are not out of it either.
Who's in 1st place in the NFC East? Do we know? I feel like I should know. This team.
The NFC. Did you say the NFC
West?
NFC West. You know who
NFC
it
West
is.
is what I meant. I feel like I should know.
It is. You know who it is. Don't be fronting. Don't be fronting. Don't be fronting. We're about to look. Let me tell you something. The Rams are done. Not they're pretty much done. They're done.
4-game losing streak. That's a lot for the Rams. For a Super Bowl winning team to have that big
Cup is out and Cup is hurt. That's your offense right there. Is Cup. So I'm not worried about Geno. Dude, I mean, the only thing that will hurt us is Jimmy G. Just don't let him go crazy with the ball. Just hand it to CMC. Hand it to CMC and Debo.
If you balance the offense, and I think Shanahan's got to know at this point that you can't rely 100% on Jimmy. Like
he did a hell of a job. Mexico City, he did great.
No, I'm not saying it. This is not a negative against Jimmy. As a whole, you can't have. They're not like the Chiefs. You can't. He's not Patrick Mahomes, where you can throw the ball the entire game and not worry about a running game and still win.
Right.
I think he is a very good quarterback. I would almost put him borderline great quarterback. He's not like Brady level or something, but he is very good. As long as you balance that, as long as their offense is balanced with the running game, he does a fantastic job. And as long as he's not flustered, he's like Kirk Cousins. Cousins is the same way. When he is flustered, and it's all on him to pass, it's going to be a loss.
Well, I did watch the whole Niner game, and thank you, Mexico. Man, the fans out there with that red and gold, it was great.
Isn't it crazy how the over at these other countries when we have the NFL games, they're more rowdy and excited than the U.S. fans
because they're fans and they don't get to go all often to a stadium and watching. Like, I can get tickets. I could go to Santa Clara and I could watch my Niners, but in another country you can't. Unless you fly out, and not everybody got money to do that. But
yeah. So do you think the Giants are collapsing, or do you think that they're okay? Because they did get their butts handed to them by the Lions. I mean, I wasn't really expecting a 31-18 win by the Lions, to be honest.
Good Lord.
I don't know what their issue. What would be the issue? Because I get it's only one game. They came off a bye. Maybe that was it. But come on, to the Lions, who?
Hey, but you know what though? I'm gonna put it like this: you got to give them that one. Just like the Vikings been playing, and they got their tails kicked. They're still up there. Philadelphia, they've been dominating. They lost. So I mean, Giants are still 7-3.
Yeah.
They're
they're in it. And I get the Eagles. The Eagles are 9-1, but they barely they got lucky with Sunday's game with that win.
But I can't wait when we do our picks. But they got the Cowboys. They got the Cowboys.
Yeah. So Jared Goff, I mean, he didn't get a touchdown, but he didn't throw any interceptions. But it looks like the Lions have found what works for them the best, and it seems to be their running game. Justin Jackson, 9 carries, 66 yards, averaged a little over 7 yards a carry. And then Jamal Williams had 17 carries, 64 yards. Yeah. And even DeAndre Swift, 5 carries for 20 in the touchdown. But they just were using everybody to run the ball. I mean, except for, Goff did a fantastic job of running it 4 times for -1 yard. So bravo, buddy. Just stick to passing. You're not a running back. You are not Justin Fields or someone like that. And even their passing game. I mean, clearly we see who his favorite is.
Brown, St. Brown's. He's the stud. He's the man. St. Brown.
Well, I can see that one. 8 targets, 7 catches, 76 yards.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to look at I got to pull up the Giants and just see what the hell. So Daniel Jones, 27 of 44, 341 yards, a touchdown.
That was all in garbage time. That was in garbage time.
The killer was the 2 picks.
Yeah.
But this is what I've seen from Daniel Jones the last several games, is on top of his passing, he's got more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley. That's an issue to me.
Well, there's your problem right there. Saquon is supposed to be the man. He's supposed to be the running back. He's supposed to be the weapon. And
he was, but I mean, you and I could have ran better than him. He ran the ball 15 times for 22 yards. He averaged 1.5 yards per carry. That's terrible,
folks. That is horrible. hey, here's his longest run was 4 yards. 4 yards.
You can't win a game when your quarterback has a better. Their quarterback averaged 7 yards a carry.
Yeah,
and you start running back got 1 yard.
You can't. I see the news. Everybody's beating up on Danny Dimes, but you're running back. Got what?
He's gonna get himself killed doing that, though.
You get a paycheck too. Well, he had to run because this guy wasn't running. He's I gotta run. Somebody got to play running back.
Wan'Dale Robinson. Where the hell? I don't even know who that is. I mean, is he the star? Because 9 catches on 13 targets, 100 yards receiving, and then Darius Slayton 5 catches for 86 yards. It's not bad.
Even Matt Breida, good Lord, he
got a touchdown.
Jesus Christ, what the world?
Wan'Dale even got one. He ran the ball once and still did a better job with his average than Saquon.
That was a horrible game. Horrible game.
I mean, it wasn't as bad. You know what game scared me initially?
What was
that? the Bills game.
Why did that scare you?
Well, they started off sluggish. The Bills started off sluggish, so I wasn't sure if they were. That was the only thing, and then they, Josh Allen's like, "Hold my jockstrap, boy. We got a game to win."
I agree. Cooper was he was hitting them up. Jacoby
Yeah.
was hitting to Amari, and and you can't forget Donovan Peoples-Jones for a
So
touchdown.
this is what I thought was the funniest thing I've seen all day for leading up to the Vikings or the Bills game was this.
I know. Hey, Lions, hope you don't mind, but we did some they got to go back, and they got to go back and play. They got to play the
But you
Lions.
see what they didn't even they really didn't. All they did was copy. If you look here, they literally colored over the
Yeah,
Lions logos and just
yeah,
wrote with like a kid wrote
yeah.
Bills and then slapped their logo. I was like, I loved that because that was from the Bills organization. I'm like, damn, that's a mic drop if I ever saw one.
Yeah, it is.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. That was probably the funniest thing I had seen. I was like,
Well,
oh Lord.
hey, both teams had awesome games. They got over 30 points. So shout out to the Lions. Shout out to the Bills. I got the Bills beating Detroit though. Sorry, Detroit. Got the Bills beating you.
That's probably why they did that. Like I said with the Eagles game, when I was talking about the Eagles, 17-16 to the Colts.
Man, good Lord. I thought the Colts were gonna come back and win.
It shouldn't have, but if you're if you're an 8-1 team and you're and let's be honest, the Eagles are the best team in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you almost lost to the Colts.
Jalen Hurts put that team on his back towards the end, and he won that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Was there any other?
He should be nominated for an MVP. Jalen Hurts.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm looking to see what. I mean, there were several snooze fest
Well,
games.
let's get, Aaron Rodgers got another L. They lost against Tennessee. There's rumors talking about Love. Let's see what Love can do. And I'm like, either way, I mean, I don't
Rodgers
know.
is done. He
looked horrible. I watched the game.
I said this. I messaged our boss Sandy and I go a while back when they started tanking, and I said that Rodgers will not be with the Packers next season. He won't. There will be two scenarios. He's either retiring at the end of the season, which I don't see happening because I think he's going to be pissed off. He's still pissed off with the whole Devontae Adams thing. But I think what we'll see is he's going to be on another team next year. Where? I don't know.
I just spilled my damn drink. Damn it. Mad. I'm thirsty.
I've heard a lot of people say, well, he'll probably just end up in San Francisco. But I'm just like, oh.
Well, he's done. Brady.
I don't think he's retiring.
The balls were over the guy's heads. He wasn't. He just didn't play good. I looked at some of the throws.
I don't think he cares anymore.
He cares.
Does he though?
He
look at his performance.
Bro. There's some people that can play Father Time. Some people can beat it.
There's only one
Brady,
person.
Brady. And then there's just some people. It's your time. It's your time. It's your time.
I know, but that the best part of this, folks, is that at the beginning of the season, we would have never been at this point where we were saying it's time for Rodgers to retire because he was coming off that back-to-back NFL MVPs and all of that. So, and look where we are now. Week 11 is over, and we're talking about Rodgers. Is he done? Is he ready to retire?
It happens. Steve Young.
Well,
Joe Montana.
Okay, Steve Young was a whole different scenario. Young retired. He didn't have a choice. He would have been brain dead with the amount of concussions that man had.
Peyton Manning. I mean, you can only.
Brett Favre.
Yeah, I mean, and Brett Favre stuck in there too. He was like, what is up? He got a Viking.
He should have retired after his first season with the Vikings. He should not have come back after that for that second season because he got annihilated.
Yeah, he did.
I'm looking through. Do you want to go over some news and I'll get the spreadsheet up for the games?
Yeah,
I know you had some stuff on the list.
Well, yeah. While you're doing that, I can get the news real quick. So, guys,
All right.
real quick on the news, Henderson, their best damn running back, the Rams wave rushing leader, Henderson. I just that one's so the Rams wave running back Daryl Henderson Jr. The team announced today. Henderson played just 4 snaps in Sunday's loss to the New Orleans with Cam Akers and rookie Kyron Williams getting the majority work in the backfield. On Monday, Rams coach Sean McVay said Henderson felt like his knees felt his knee during pregame drills. He felt a little something in his knee, and that was kind of what led to Cam and Kyron getting the majority of the work. McVay said, "Yeah, I seriously doubt that." Akers led the Rams in rushing during Sunday's games, but Williams had more snaps. I don't understand it. That guy was like a bell cow. Henderson, when Akers was hurt, Henderson's was doing the work, and I don't even think. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have let him go, but I guess you got to do what you got to do because they're at the bottom right now. And then also, folks, the Cardinals, they fired their O line coach in Mexico over an incident. Sean Kugler. The Arizona Cardinals fired offensive line coach and run game coordinator. Yeah, they fired because that running in Arizona was horrible. That's why he got fired. In Arizona, let's see. Kugler was sent home on Monday morning ahead of Arizona's blowout loss to my San Francisco 49ers on Monday. So, yeah, I think he just usually when something like that, somebody's got to be the scapegoat, and I guess he was the scapegoat. So he got fired. You got it up?
Yep, got it up. Okay, so this is actually a pretty easy one that we had for Week 11 because you got 3 picks wrong and I only got 3 picks wrong, so we ended up tying.
Nice.
So we got the Titans, Falcons, Ravens, and Bills games correct. I went with Washington, of course. You went with the Texans, so I got that one. We got the Eagles right. I went with the Jets. You went with the Patriots. You got that one. I picked the Saints over the Rams. I somehow got that right. We both got the Giants wrong because I honestly thought that was one
so
I was
too.
not I was not expecting that.
Yeah, same here.
We got the Raiders right somehow. And if you got your upset pick of the week correct. You got the Cowboys. I almost wanted to just black that one completely out and be like, that's not
And
even.
you know
worthy
what?
of the
I
red
didn't even DM you. I didn't say anything. I said, you know what? I'm going to wait till the show, and
Our Cowboy fanatic Canadian friend Jeff was already trying to get goat at me with that one.
Yeah,
Asking if I was
that's
okay.
why I didn't. I said, you know what? You already got one ugly troll bothering you, so I won't.
And then we got the last 3 games correct: the Bengals, Chiefs, and 49ers. So,
Yeah.
and I was concerned with actually none of those. Those last 3 I was not. So we'll do our picks, and then we can just kind of chat if we want to talk some others.
World Cup, folks. I mean, I'm a patriot, and I love rooting for my USA. And so we'll talk. We'll talk. I did watch all the games. I even got up in the morning to watch some of the games. So we'll talk. Oh my God, one of the biggest, like Argentina, Messi. Oh my God, Messi. What happened?
There was an image I shared to you when the 2 players smashed together that somebody clipped. I'm not going to show that one, but it was
it was pretty brutal.
It was nasty. So we'll knock the picks out for week 12, and then we can chat about
we'll talk a little bit of World Cup. Talk a little World Cup.
And college football because we're getting close to college playoff time as well.
Damn it, Tennessee! What the hell happened? Good Lord, damn! What are the Cocks? They got beat by the Gamecocks.
Yeah, that was a brutal one. So first game is actually we have 3 games on Thanksgiving, so this should be fun.
Yeah.
Bills at the at the Lions.
You know
We
who
already
I'm
know that
going. You
one.
know who I'm going. I'm going with
I don't even need to
Buffalo.
ask. Neither of us need to know on that one. So next up will be Giants at the Cowboys, and
Come on, dude.
I'm
I'm going.
going
I'll
Cowboys on
say
that.
I'm going with the Cowboys because they're on a roll. I got respect when respect due, and I'm not a huge Cowboy, lover and all that, but I
I'm in the
do
NFC. I'm in the
respect
NFC
the
East.
game.
I'm a Washington fan, a diehard Skins fan, and even I know that I have to pick the Cowboys on that one because I'm sorry with Pollard,
Nope.
the way he's been running, he
Right.
could be in the MVP
Well,
list.
let's not talk. Well, Dak's been playing good too now.
Right?
Dak's
No,
been
and I'm
throwing the
not
rock.
saying Dak has been good. He was good. He's been damn good since he came back. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying Pollard has been the
Yes,
shining
he
star
has.
on that team.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you
That
there.
I wasn't expecting.
So we're going with the
that was
Cowboys.
Yep.
Going with the Cowboys.
Patriots
Okay.
at the Vikings is the next one. I'm gonna
Oof.
go Vikings on that one.
Oof.
I think they'll turn it around. I think
Oof.
they got a nice little secondary slice of humble pie with that ass beating they got by the Cowboys. Just because we saw what happened. They got beat by the Eagles and they went on a hellacious winning streak. They got their asses handed to them by the Cowboys, and I think they'll turn it around. I don't know if they'll win the rest of their games, but I think that they'll be able to beat the Patriots.
Giving you my upset of the week, folks. I'm going with the Patriots upset.
Ooh. All right.
Cool.
So next up, damn,
Denver.
I honestly don't know. Broncos at the Panthers. I don't know on this one. Panthers have a new quarterback starting that has not played at all this
this
season.
the toilet bowl right here. The toilet bowl.
Yeah, this is sponsored by Mr. Clean because they're gonna need to clean up the toilet.
God, dude, what happened, Russell? What happened, man?
It's just that time, and he just should just hang his cleats up.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos because they're gonna start a quarterback that hasn't played. Donald is back, and I think he's just gonna get murked by the Broncos. I'm going with the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going Broncos as well, and it's solely because the changing quarterback. You're putting a guy in that has not played all season.
Right.
Who knows how he's going to play? We know how he played. He got killed every time. Every time he's in, he just a defense just demolishes that poor kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be any different. Next up will be Bucks at the Browns. I'm going with Brady and the Bucks on that one.
Oh, I'm going with Cleveland.
All right. Well, we'll see. It should be an interesting one.
Going with the Chubster.
Well, what happened to him? What happened to him during Week 11? Because did he run that much? Because I think he got shut down.
And that's why I think that's why he's going to bring the pain in this next game.
All right. So Ravens at Jacksonville.
Oh my God! The Ravens didn't play that great either, man. That was a horrible last game they played.
Yeah. I'm kind of torn.
Oof.
Where's the so let's see here. Okay, Baltimore won 13-3 against a crappy Cleveland. Where was Jacksonville's score again? What the hell am I? Or were they on a bye? They must have been. I don't. Yeah. Okay. So they're coming off.
Yeah.
I almost want to say Jacksonville might pick up a win. Jacksonville is. Let's see. What's Jacksonville's Raven? Jacksonville is 3-7.
Right. Yeah. That defense has in the offense.
So they're playing the 7-3. The Ravens are 7-3. Jacksonville's 3-7.
3-7. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I kind of wanted to as well because
I think Jackson's trying to do so much throwing and so much running. And they got receivers down too, man. They got some receivers down.
Yeah, but
And
they're
I
screwed
think,
if they lose their star quarterback. I mean, what are you
yeah,
going to
and
do?
then I'm gonna give it to the fresh team coming off the bye. I'm gonna give it to the Jags. Give it
And
to the Jags.
Jacksonville's not a bad team. They had potential. They just I don't know what happened.
They
They
don't know how to finish
collapsed.
games. Got to finish games.
Yeah, so maybe the bye will help them. Maybe this is a wake up call to help them out. I don't
So wait
know.
a minute, you're going with the Jags? You going with the
I'm
Jags?
going with Jacksonville as
Okay,
well. Yeah.
all right, cool.
Texans at Dolphins.
I'm going with Miami. Going with Miami.
I know. I was like,
Going. That's a no brainer.
that's yeah. I didn't even. I wasn't. I kind of figured that one.
Okay, here's another stinker. All right, hold on. We got to. Okay, hold on. We got to talk. We got to talk about your boy Wilson. He got to the podium and he pretty much did not want to, like, not my fault. He threw the team, the coach, everybody under the bus. This guy, I mean, he looked like the.
He's not play. He's. That's not the way to make your teammates.
They're getting ready to start. They're going to start the backup. I don't even think he's going to be a starter. I don't even think he's going to be starting.
I don't blame him. You don't. That's what that is part. That's like the unwritten code book. There's a rule book that you know. There's the guy code book, guy code. That in football there is an unwritten rules. There are certain rules you don't break.
Yeah,
that is one of them, and that is the consequence that you face.
I played bad. It was my fault. Hopefully we'll. Next game we'll play good.
If you're Aaron Rodgers, you know what? You can do whatever the hell you want.
He ain't done. This kid ain't done nothing.
That's what I was getting at. I'm saying if you are Aaron Rodgers, you are allowed to do that because you're Aaron freaking Rodgers. Right. When you are Zach Nobody Wilson, you're now a benched quarterback that is a nobody again.
The only thing you known is you've been sleeping with other people's mamas. That's what you're known for. Damn.
Hold on, let me see. I want to get their Jets roster.
Oh, you're looking, and just so you know, I'm going with Chicago. Just so you know, I'm going with Chicago because I do believe in Fields, and I believe
Fields
in,
is look. No, Fields has looked good, man. Fields has looked good. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see. So on the Jets roster, okay, so and Wilson's done. So they're either going with Mike White or
their receiver. Their receiver said, "We can't play like shit anymore, man. We can't play like this.
So
we play like crap."
I'm wondering. Well, damn it! I wish I knew who they were starting. If they're starting Flacco, I would say the Jets are going to win it.
Let me tell you something. Here's a stat for you folks. Here's a fact stat. Joe Flacco has thrown more touchdowns than your boy Wilson. How's that for you?
I don't. They shouldn't have benched him.
Since Wilson has been back, that's right, folks. Joe Flacco has thrown more TDs than Zach Wilson. There you go.
Look what Wilson does. Throws the entire team under the bus. I'm surprised he didn't blame it on the ownership as well. So I know you're going Bears. I'm going to go Jets.
Jesus Christ, you're such a homer. All right, I'm definitely going. I'm going to DM you. I'm going to DM you.
I don't
I'll be like,
see that, but the thing is, they have a chance if it's
White,
Flacco. I don't know though.
I think they're going to go with White. The word is White. I heard they were going with White.
If that's the case, I got to go with the Bears because I've been watching Fields and they're letting him run the ball, but they're letting. I don't know why I'm typing Fields in there now. I mean, have you watched some of his game, the last few games? Remember when we talked about Fields, he looked good, but he looked bad when they were forcing him to be that pocket passer. But the moment he got to run, what happened? They were getting first downs. And now they're letting him do what he does best, and that's be that hybrid quarterback. And if the Jets aren't starting Flacco, if that's where we're going, Bears got this one done. Right. I think Flacco's going to get the start at some point, but he should never have lost it in the first place, especially to Wilson. And Wilson will probably be done with the Jets at the end of this season. Bengals at Titans. That's That's because the Bengals are good. Damn it, so are the Titans.
So here's the thing: their man Mixon went down, and they had some. What the hell was his name? I forgot his name. Panera, but he played. He got three touchdowns. He played a phenomenal game. But I'm going with my man, Tennessee. Going with Tennessee.
Okay, so you're going with Titans.
Going with the Titans.
That'll be so. You're going 7-3 Titans to beat the. All right, 6-4. You know what? I'll go with You're going Titans. I'll go Bengals on this one.
You didn't go
big. I can see.
Hey, so just Joe Mixon got knocked out of the game. They had Samaje Perry, which he got. He caught actually receiving. He caught 3 catches, got 3 touchdowns. Received 4 for 52 last game, 3 TDs. And also, Chase is not there either. They got Higgins, who had 148 yards last game. So you go ahead on with your Bengals. I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
It could go either way.
King Henry. I'm going with King Henry.
It'll next up Falcons at Washington, and I'm going Washington on that one. I think Washington has figured out how to win, and that is utilizing their running.
Wait a minute. You're going Atlanta versus Washington, right?
Yep. It's in Washington, home game for the
going with the Funky Bird. Going with Atlanta, baby. Woo!
You think the Dirty Birds are going to get the pick up a win?
I can see Mariota to London, and Cordell Patterson is back. We also got a pretty cool. Yeah, I can see your Washington.
It's going to be a good game either way. I still think Washington's going to win it. But next Falcons, up, Chargers at Arizona.
I'm going with the Chargers, man. I don't believe in the Falcons no more. I mean, the Cards no more.
Cardinals. I don't either. Yeah. And it's nothing personal against that team. It's just their quarterback is.
Well, their quarterback's out. They're out. He's out,
which is what messed them up.
So I don't know. Is he supposed to be coming back this game?
I don't know. I haven't seen any reports saying he's on his way back.
It was fun watching the Niners not Colt around too. That was great.
Next up, Raiders at the Seahawks.
Wow, it was. Hey, the Raiders did win. They did, but win. I'm going with Raiders. You're going
the Raiders on that one. I'm gonna go and say I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Ooh, this is gonna be a hell of a week. This is gonna be a hell of a week, folks. Because we know,
we usually we're on par, but I've just been what the heck?
We gotta
next
change
up,
it up.
We'll be on par with this next one. Rams at the Chiefs. Do I even need to ask who you're picking on that one?
You don't. Come on, man. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes is gonna just annihilate
my homie. Holy cow.
Can you? That is gonna be brutal. Saints at 49ers is the next one, and obviously we know who you're going with. That's who I am picking as well because there's no chance on that one. So our Sunday night feature is going to be the Green Bay Packers at the Eagles, and that's going to be.
Excuse me.
Our farewell to Aaron Rodgers.
Can I get the Philly special, please?
We're probably going to see Jordan Love hop on in there because this might be Rodgers' last.
Got to do with it. Yeah, I don't.
This might be Aaron Rodgers' last game.
He's
going to get.
Going with Philly,
he's
man.
Going to get beat down.
Jalen Hurts year, man. Jalen Hurts.
He's going to put the Hurts on the Packers. That's for sure. So. And our Monday night feature is going to be Steelers at the Colts. And I want to say Colts on this one, but I'm not. I
love Jeff Saturday, so I'm going to go with the Colts. He almost won, folks. They almost won.
Yeah, they did.
They almost won.
All right, so this will definitely be a fun week 12 to see how we do.
I know, man. This is
Oh man,
crazy.
every once in a while we got to shake things up and really be like, all right, let's throw it all in. Okay, so we're last 10 minutes of the show. We're just going to kind of shoot around and talk sports. You want to talk soccer because that's not really my area of expertise.
Not
Also, real quick,
yes.
it's World Cup time, and if you want to know everything there is to know, there is 24/7 coverage of the World Cup on Sportscast every day. Just head over to Sportscast on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, wherever they're at. They've got 24/7 coverage. It's been on like every day since the World Cup started. I've watched a couple of them, but I don't understand what's going on, so I end up vacating because that's not my area. That's
Well,
just not my
guys,
sport.
not a problem. First of all, holy crap. Manchester United sacked Cristiano Ronaldo, who plays for Team Portugal. That is huge in the news. This man, since he's turned 30, has gone downhill. That is shocking. But anyway, to the World Cup. I was playing football when I was young, so I love the World Cup. England, huge shout out to England. They put a hurting on Iran. They tied their record, 6 goals. England got 6 goals over Iran. And then the Netherlands, and I love me the Dutch, man. They won 2 against Senegal, and then USA tied with Wales 1-1. I'm so pissed off because we were leading all the way up to like the 80 minutes, and then we just let them score, and that should have been 3 points for us, and it's not. It's 1-1. Hopefully, I mean, we got England. We got to go up against England. You know, we're in their group, so hopefully we can beat that, and that doesn't come back to haunt us. But people, got to tell you about probably the worst shock ever. Argentina, which got one of the greatest players in the world, Messi. They lost to Saudi Arabia 2-1. And then and they look, and in Saudi Arabia, they made that win today as a national, like it's gonna be a national holiday, and they're celebrating. They said we're gonna make this win a holiday, so they're celebrating.
Wow.
Yeah.
So does that mean that they're out? Like they're done?
No. They still they're not out of it. They still have a chance, but they're in a tough. See, here's when you're in a group, it's tough, man. It's tough. You got to score a lot of goals, and you have to win your games. But that is like a upset. Like that's like the Washington Commanders winning the Super Bowl. That's how bad that is.
What am I laughing about?
That's how bad that is. And then,
wow.
And then
I thought you would have at least thrown the Jets in there to win the Super Bowl, but ouch.
And then I watched Mexican and Poland. That was 0-0. You had also the Denmark game and Tunisian 0-0. Then it was France and Australia. Australia got the first goal, and everybody was like, oh no. And then, holy crap, France just came back 4-1. Just amazing game. I can't even. Some of these names are weird, but it's French, and I can't say their names that much. But dang it,
right.
France won. But yeah. And then tomorrow, guys, we got some more great games coming up. Let me just tell you who's coming out tomorrow. Soccer World Cup. Give you here we go, the 23rd. So it looks like we have, oh my God, Germany and Japan. We have Spain and Croatia. That ought to be a good game. We got the Belgians against Canada. The Belgium is a great team. Canada's good. They're in there. We also have Croatia, and who the hell they're going up against? I can't even pronounce. But I got, let's see, just some real quick picks. Definitely, I got Germany over Japan. I got Spain over Croatia, and I got Belgium over Canada. Those are my picks for tomorrow. And I also got Croatia going to win their game as well. So those are my picks for the World Cup tomorrow. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now we'll shift over real quick. We'll talk some college football. Did you catch what happened? Did you see the Volunteer Tennessee? Because I don't know if they saw.
They got their butts kicked, man. They got
South
their
Carolina.
butts
I think
kicked.
South Carolina set a record. So South Carolina Gamecocks beat the Tennessee Volunteers 63-38.
Yes.
I don't. Now there was actually another game that was even worse of a different point differential, and that was the Washington Huskies were facing the Colorado Buffaloes. I don't know what the hell conference that is in, or division, or whatever, but Washington Huskies won 54-7. I was like, ouch. Woo.
Yeah.
But I think Alabama though, they beat some. I don't know who the hell they are. I mean, it was probably an unknown. They won 34-0. Kansas State beat West Virginia 48-31. Oregon State beat Arizona State 31-7. I mean, there were some pretty big scores, but I don't think anybody saw the 63-38 game happen.
Right.
But we're getting close to college football playoff time. I'm still torn on the whole playoff system, the way it's done, because to me it still favors the same teams every year, just like it was before they had this playoff system. I think it still favors the same ones, and we see the top four.
Alabama's lost, I think, twice. They're still going to get in there. Alabama's still going to get in there.
For the college football playoff rankings, nothing. It didn't really change going into Week 12.
TCU.
Ohio State is still at number one. The top four remain the same. Georgia's number one. Ohio State is number two. Michigan number three, and TCU is in at four after its walk-off win over Baylor. There was the shakeup behind the teams ranked in the top four. However, among the most notable, Tennessee fell from number 5 to number 10. That's a pretty big drop.
That is
after a blowout loss to unranked South Carolina. Woofed.
Yeah.
And North Carolina went from number 13 to number 17 after losing to Georgia Tech.
Yes.
And from what I've been looking through all my sources and stuff, and they're still saying Alabama's overrated. The 2-loss Crimson Tide chimed in at number 7, 1 spot ahead of 1-loss Clemson, and 3 spots ahead of a Tennessee team with the same record that it lost to in October. Why? Because of a recency bias and the fact that Tennessee just got smoked by unranked South Carolina. Which I don't know if that's really a good enough excuse, but it is what it is. I don't make the rankings. Alabama struggled to beat Texas, Arkansas, Texas A&M, and Ole Miss. That's in addition to their good losses to number 5 LSU and number 10 Tennessee. So this is what my problem is with the way that the rankings are done. I still think they need to tinker with it. I still think they need to fix things. The most underrated team, apparently, one of them is USC. Is listed as underrated. And then Oregon is another one of those that's overrated. Washington Huskies, that's that one that I told you about. They're 13th ranked, and they're in the underrated section. So they go. They defeated Oregon on the road and has a win over number 21 Oregon State. That has to matter. The passing attack, led by quarterback Michael Penix Jr., is one of the most dynamic in the country. And coach Kalen DeBoer has resurrected a once proud program into a contender in one season. I wish Washington could do that. Wish Rivera could have resurrected our team but we'll get there once we get rid of our ownership. So it'll be interesting. I know we'll definitely. So the top 10 for college football: Georgia's number 1, undefeated. Ohio State is number 2, undefeated at 11-0. Michigan's number 3, undefeated, and TCU is undefeated at 11-0. Your four top, your top four are all 11-0. That's crazy. LSU is number 5, 9-2. USC is 10-1 at number 6. Alabama's number 9-2 at number 7. Clemson's 10-1 at number 8, and Oregon is 9-2 at number 9, and Tennessee comes in at number 10 at 9-2. I guess we could
5. They dropped 5 down.
Yeah. Penn State's 11th. Kansas State comes in at number 12. Washington's number 13. Utah 14. Notre Dame is number 15. Florida State's number 16. Wow, I remember when they used to be back, way up at the top of the rankings for the longest time, and then they just kind of fell apart. North Carolina 17th at 9-2. UCLA is 18th. Tulane is 19th. Ole Miss is at ranked 20th.
Mm-hmm.
That's odd because Alabama lost to them.
Right.
Oregon State 21, UCF 22, Texas 23, Cincinnati 24, and Louisville is coming in at 25.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited because I don't follow college football a whole lot. I follow the Hawkeyes, but we don't ever rank very often. So Hawkeye football is not the program is struggling lately.
See, I was always being from North Carolina, ACC, Atlantic Conference.
I grew up in Virginia, so one would think that when I was going to school that I would have gone to Virginia Tech or I would have been a Cavalier fan.
Right.
I was a Hawkeye, and Florida State. When I got my football scholarships, I had Maryland, Florida State, Virginia Tech, and Iowa gave me one, and I turned down the only one I was going to go with was Maryland, and because the two that I wanted to go to only provided me a partial scholarship. They didn't give me a full 4 years, so I was like, nope. But then I blew my knee out, and then I just said I didn't even take the scholarship offer that they said I could still go to school. And I was like, even my dad was like, you could still go to school for that. I was like, I don't want to go to school to learn. I was going to school to play football, to go to the NFL and be a superstar. Right. That's like what every kid wants. Nobody wants to go to college.
Right.
If you're, but life happens, and here I am talking sports anyway. So it all worked out. So, guys, that is a wrap for us. We are done. We'll see you back here.
Happy Turkey.
Yes, it is Thanksgiving this week.
Yeah.
Our boss was actually asked me if we were even going to do a show today, and I was like, week 11 was too crazy not to have a show.
Right.
But yes, Thursday's Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much, or you're going to end up looking like me, and nobody wants that.
You're gearing to say me too, and you say me and Ray, and then you're like, nah, I better not.
I thought about it, but I was like, maybe not. Don't put yourself into a food coma, but enjoy the holidays. Enjoy family. Try to enjoy family. We all know how that works
your house
sometimes.
From deep frying turkey
now. I've seen those YouTube videos. And make sure to tune into Sportscast on YouTube. I tweeted out the link. They are going to be live every day, almost. Right. I think actually every day for Soccer World Cup. All of this they're going to be talking about besides our stuff on Tuesdays.
Go USA.
I'm actually going to post their link right there. Is their link. You can click on that, hit the subscribe button if you're a soccer fan, football, whatever you want to call it. Make sure to subscribe today and give them a follow on Twitch. Follow them on Twitter, wherever. And make sure you catch their shows every day going forward. They're actually live before we went live.
Go Team USA.
They actually had just finished the show right before we went live. So it was perfect timing. Otherwise, we'll see you guys back here. Same time, same
Happy
place.
Thanksgiving.
Woo!
Go Team USA, baby.
Everybody. We will see you guys next week. We're out of here.